Hi, my name is Stacey Schlau. I'm a professor in the Department of Languages and Cultures, as well as the Women's and Gender Studies program and the Latin American Studies program. My research is about how women historically in Spain and Latin America sought to find a voice, to find a way to state their objectivity and to place themselves in the public life of their societies through writing. Because most people couldn't read or write at that time, I wound up looking at nuns' writings because it was nuns who had the most time to be able to read and write and who had the skills to do that. After years of working on the texts of religious women, who I call the good girls, I wanted to investigate the same about women who were called the bad girls. So I turned to inquisitional records, in which women accused of a variety of crimes spoke through trial transcripts. My recent book, Gendered Crime and Punishment, Women and in the Hispanic Inquisitions, explores the archive left by the Holy Tribunal. I was seeking women's voices, which, although filtered through the language and formulae of the legal process, still speak to us in the 21st century about human fears, hopes, beliefs, and actions.
My name's Cassie Striblen, and I'm an assistant professor of philosophy here at Westchester University. And my area of research is social and political philosophy with an emphasis on group responsibility. That is, I ask, can we hold entire groups morally responsible for certain harms, or are we limited to just focusing on individuals? In my book, Group Responsibility: A Narrative Account, I investigate the question by looking at a white-on-black hate crime that took place here in Philadelphia. I provide a theoretical explanation for how we can hold many members of the white identity group responsible, even those who were not present when harm occurred. In order to liberate ourselves and others from pernicious historical norms, I argue that we have to speak and live in ways that disrupt those norms. Otherwise, we share responsibility for harms predicated on those norms.
I'm Cherise Pollard. I am an associate professor of African American literature at Westchester University. I teach contemporary African American literature, composition, and sometimes even creative writing. My focus of my research is contemporary African American literature, mostly African American women, poets, and creative writers. I also am a member of Kavikanam, a creative writing workshop for African American poets. My recent publications include an essay that focuses on the sexual politics of women's poetry in the Black arts movement, an article about feminism in Lucille Clifton's work, and 2 reader's guides for Barbara Chase Reboot's historical novels, Sally Hemings, and The President's Daughter. My primary research interests include Afrofuturism, poetry and poetics, feminism and womanist studies, and African American literature, history, and culture.